gosh, I'm so rusty. This is the one downfall with taking breaks from filming, is you completely forget how to speak on camera. Hey, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Maddie. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Today I am in a new filming location for two reasons. One, we're doing renovations at the house. This has been going on since November. And that also is kind of why I haven't really been filming, because it's just really loud and I just haven't really had a place to film because our stuff's everywhere. But that should be wrapping up sometime this month. So I'll have my space back and so I can get back into regularly filming. The second reason why I am in this location, you may have figured out already by whatever I decided to title this video, but I want to go through my physical TBR. And because of our renovations, I've had to consolidate everything in one spot. And I want to go through my physical TBR, and I want to focus on reading my books from my physical TBR. One of my goals this year is to read every single book on my TBR. Let me clarify. My goal this year isn't to read every single book on my physical TBR, but that's my bigger eventual goal that I want to accomplish. This year, I just want to get as many as I can done. The ultimate goal is to have every single book that I own be something that I've read and really loved. Like, I just want to cultivate my own personal library of like all of the books that I have I can recommend. So that's what I'm going to start the new year trying to accomplish. I don't think I'm going to get through all of these books. I have read quite a few. I don't think that my like TBR is that large, but we're gonna find out in this video. Before I get into that part of the video, I want to do like a quick update. I kind of already updated you guys on like the filming situation with like my renos and stuff, but also I think I'm still going to do my best books of last year. I still want to talk about them. I haven't really talked a lot about books on my channel in the last little while. So I kind of want to update you on my reading. And then I also kind of wanted to film a 2025 anticipated reads video, which this year there are some books that I'm really excited for. So I kind of want to talk about them. Although last year I kind of got turned off by reading new releases because my anticipated reads all went very poorly. So we'll see. But those are my plans right now. I don't know when I'm going to get it out, but I really, honestly, I intended to get it out before the new year. I didn't. And now it's like the middle of January. So you guys might get the best books of 2024 in like March. I've just been sticking to what I talked about in like my booktube burnout video, which I'll link wherever the cards are. Just on like filming when I feel like it and not forcing myself. We'll see when I get to filming those. That is my plan. Hopefully I will get them out soon. I did get a new laptop for editing, so that should definitely help. But yeah, I hope you all had a great holiday season, a great new year. I think it's past the time to say Happy New Year, but Happy New Year. Let's get into this. So my plan for this is to just turn away or turn down the books that I've already read so I can visually see what I still need to read. And then I'm going to just like catalog them all, like probably in a list on my phone. And then I don't know if I'm going to do reading vlogs for them. This is going to be a series, obviously. I don't know if I'm going to do reading vlogs for them or if I'm just going to do dedicated videos like updating like what I read, what I rated it, if I DNF'd, if I'm unhauling. So that's my plan. But this video is just to collect the list of TBR books that I have so I can get an idea of numbers and all of that stuff. Another thing to note, the last time I filmed in front of my bookcase, we did a reorganization video, which I'm pretty sure I have privated right now because that's not a video I'm proud of. Like, girl was giving library and not in a good way. So if you did watch that video, you know that my shelves were like jam-packed. And I recently, if you've been on any of the live streams and sprints that I've been on, I've been recently in my Marie Kondo era. So I went through and I unhauled a ton of books. And I apologize in advance that I did not film it. It was like two or three like big boxes. And it would have taken me, like I would have literally had to just do this, like speed round, showing you all the books that I'm unhauling. So I didn't end up filming that. But as you can see, my shelves are much more condensed because I only kept things I either love or like would read like tomorrow, or like know that I'm gonna read at some point. There were some books that I had on my shelves that I was like, yeah, this sounds interesting, but like I probably was never gonna read it, so I got rid of them. So we're starting off with a good chunk of books. It's not too intimidating, but I still want to get an idea of the numbers. So I'm going to bring you in closer and we're going to go shelf by shelf. And I don't think I'm going to take the books fully off because I don't have that much time. And I learned my lesson last time because that took way longer than I thought. I think I'm just going to turn them down. But let me bring you in closer and let's just get started. Okay, so really sorry about the angle here. This like upward angle like really isn't it, but my tripod doesn't go much higher. So this is what we're working with. We're going to be doing the shelf first. And so you might see the back of my head. Apologies in advance. So supplication, probably should have unhauled that, but I'm obsessed with the cover even though I'm not displaying it. Sorry if you can like literally just see my head. But I did try it and DNF'd it. I'll keep it up as haven't read. I'll keep it up. Full Immersion, I have not read. I want to read. Pen Pal, very good, but I have read that. Bunny, very good. I have read. Tender as the Flesh, very good. I have read. I have read The Exorcist. I have also read We Need to Do Something. And I just recently read The Ministry of Time. That was 4.5 stars. Very good. Okay, so we're off to a really good start here. Both of these Nat Cassidy books I have read. Both of them. Well, Mary is definitely a 5-star. I think Nestlings I gave maybe a 4. So the goal is to have like all 4 and 5-star reads. Rest Stop by Nat Cassidy. That's a new release. I have not read it yet. The Elric Undoing, I think that's called. I have not read yet. Flux I have not read yet. Boy Parts I have, and I love. That's a 5-star read. Piranesi I have not read. The Alchemist, I'm pretty sure I read like a long time ago and I just don't remember, so I'm gonna leave that as read because I would like to reread that. Razorblade Tears and Blacktop Wasteland, I have not read it yet. Both of these have been on multiple TBRs and I just haven't got around to it, so those have not. House of Leaves I have read and I lost my sanity doing that. I don't even know what to rate that book. The Patient I have read. Episode 13 I have read. I think that's also a 5-star read. For Your Own Good, I have not read. Dirty Heads, I have not read. Monstrilio, I have read and was one of my favorite books. I think it was my favorite book of 2023. And then Boys in the Valley. So this shelf, what do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 books on the TBR for the first shelf. That is not too bad. That's not too bad at all. Okay, let's go to the second shelf. Okay. Hello, we are on the second shelf, much better angle here. I'm seeing much more books that I have not read yet. Let me just move that so it's not in the way. Okay, so Gone Girl, I have not read. I have started at some point, and then I just like gave up, but I do want to reread that at some point. A Dowry of Blood, I have read last year. That will be featured in my 2024 best of. Hardmouth I have not read. Annibot, see Annibot, we have beef because I tried reading you like 2 weeks ago and I had to DNF after 10 pages because I just like could not do it. So I'm gonna keep you on my shelves, but I'm warning you, you're pretty damn close to being unhauled. So I'll give you another chance. I Who Have Never Known Men, very, very good book. Very good book. I have read it. The Return I have not read. The Year of the Witching I have not read. The Wife Between Us, Day of the Door I have not read. The Kite Runner I have not read. Uzumaki I have. We Have Always Lived in the Castle I have. I Died Too, but They Haven't Buried Me Yet. If you are from my channel, you might be wondering, why do I still have this book? Why did I keep this book when I was doing my unhaul? Honestly, because the cover is gorgeous. I love the green. I love the like red and the matte and the font. I love everything about this cover. This book I think was 2 stars, but I just could not part with it yet because I just love, love, love this cover. Kind of the same as Supplication, but I have read this. I'm probably not going to read it again. So at some point I might unhaul it, but that's a read for now. I Was a Teenage Slasher I have not read. Night's Edge I have, and I really liked it. So I bought the second one, and I haven't read that yet. The Eyes Are the Best Part, special edition, I have read. Actually, let's give it a moment. This is the Twisted Retreat special edition. Absolutely gorgeous. I took the dust jacket off because I thought it was ugly. I didn't like it, but gorgeous. Little eyeballs with the blue. Eyeballs with chopstick through them. Absolutely gorgeous. Look at her. What a queen. But yes, I have read that. Both of the Stephen Kings I own, I have read. We Can Never Leave This Place by Eric LaRocca, I have read. I have read everything I own by Eric LaRocca. The Warrior Retreat, I have not read. Tear, I started, if you can tell by the line. I got about halfway through, and then I just got distracted with like wedding stuff. Nothing against the book. I will definitely be picking it up again, but I just like haven't got a chance to. Putney, I haven't read yet. This doesn't belong here. This belongs lower down, but we'll keep you here for now. So where are we at for this shelf? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So how many was on the first shelf? I don't have good memory. Let's do the math here. Okay, so 25 total. We're at 25 books on my physical TBR so far total. Can you guys remember that? Can you remember 25 books? Because I'm not going to remember. Anyways, let's go to the next shelf. Okay, next shelf. Much less books, but much more books that I haven't read. So let's go through. Hell House, I have not read. Nothing sneaking behind there? Okay, good. The Fury, I have read. This Thing Between Us, I have read 5 stars. Highly recommend if you like grief horror. Very, very, very good. And also a great cosmic horror book that isn't too confusing or overwhelming, because cosmic horror can be that way sometimes. In the Miso Soup, I have not read. I'm planning on reading that this year. The Final Scene, I haven't read. Special edition, gorgeous. The Vessel, I haven't read. Outlawed, I haven't read. Edenville, haven't read. Both Taylor Jenkins, I have not read. Foe, I have. If We Were Villains, haven't. Every House is Haunted, haven't. Kane's Jawbone, haven't. And The Little Prince, I have. So only 4 books read on this shelf, and for such a small shelf, that's kind of sad. Also hilarious that there's a bookmark in here. This is a great example. I tried to get my husband to read this book because I was like, it's sci-fi, you might vibe with it. He's not really a reader, but I've been really trying to get him into reading. And he tried, but he didn't get very far. He wasn't in his reading era, but maybe right now he might be in his reading era. Fingers crossed. Anyways, that's why the bookmark's in there. So 4 out of this small stack. So we were at 25. See, I remembered. 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36 so far. Much more than I thought. Let's go to the next shelf. All right, this is my last, we'll do one more shelf after this. This is my last shelf of fiction. I wasn't going to include my nonfiction, but I'm looking at my nonfiction list of books, and I've read most of them. You know what? I'm not going to do my nonfiction. Sorry, I just said I was, but there's literally 2 books there. One's a memoir and one's like a self-help, and I'm going to be reading both of them, so it's not really worth it to go through them. Maybe if you're interested, I can do like a nonfiction recommendations video. I have a really, really old one that may be privated now, but I could definitely do an updated one if you're interested in that. I have definitely been in my nonfiction era. Anyways, let's get to this last shelf. So, Little Eyes, I have not read. I think most of these I'm going to say I haven't read. Anybody Home, I have not read. Model Home, I have not read. Look at this freaking cover. I literally knew nothing about this book when I bought it, but like this cover is absolutely gorgeous. Lime green is one of my favorite colors, so I was like, you're coming home with me. But I have not read it yet. So you're going to stay upright. The Creeper, I haven't read. The Watchers, I did read, and I owned it, and I unhauled it because I was like, it was mid. It was okay. I didn't like love it, but I didn't hate it, and I just like didn't need it on my shelves anymore. Sea of Tranquility. Spoiler alert, this might be one of my top books of last year. I'll definitely go into way more detail in whenever I film that video, but highly recommend that. Very, very good. I have read. Everyone in My Family Has Killed Someone, have not read. The Ring, have not read. Kill Creek, I have. Horror movie, I have not. I really, really should, honestly, soon. The Cabin at the End of the World, I have not. No, sorry, I have. Gone to See the Riverman, I have, but I have not read Along the River of Flesh, which is the second book. The entire trilogy, or I think there's 4 books now actually, of Annihilation, I have not read. What is the actual trilogy called? Or I guess whatever series. The Southern Reach. It says the Southern Reach trilogy, but I think there's a 4th book now. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I do be making shit up. The Glass Castle I have read. My favorite, this is not fiction at all. This is nonfiction. I don't know why I had it in here, but this is one of my favorite books of all time. So I'm going to put this down here. I have read it. Highly recommend. Last House on Needless Street I have read. Oh geez, we're losing the plot here, guys. Okay. Withered I have not. And The Dark Descent I have not. This is a huge collection. This is going to fall, but I will show you. It is a huge collection of short stories by different horror authors, or maybe fantasy and horror. These are horror authors, but anyways, my mom got this for me for Christmas last year, so this is gonna take me a long time because look at how small that print is. But this is like a life book. This is one that you just like pick up and put down as you feel like it, so I will be keeping that, and I don't know that I will be including it in my TBR, to be honest. So I was at 36. See, I'm getting better at remembering. 37, 38, 39, 40, 42, 43, 44, 45. Oh, I love it. That feels like such an even number. Okay, so that actually didn't take as much time as I thought. I think not taking them off the shelves made a huge difference and just flipping them down. But 45 books actually isn't that bad. If I only read on my physical TBR this year, I could easily accomplish that this year, but I'm not gonna be doing that. Let's be honest, I'm definitely gonna buy books this year. I've been pretty good about not buying a lot of books. I've been buying more nonfiction books, but I've been reading them as I buy them because I really like to annotate in my nonfiction books. But fiction I've been pretty good about with using the library and Libby and stuff, so I'm not too worried about adding to the pile, but I will keep like a running tally of things that I'm like unhauling and hauling, and so I'll update the numbers. But we are starting officially the year with 45 unread books on my physical TBR. Let's set a goal. Let's set a realistic goal. By the end of the year, let's get this down to, let's get this down to 30 books. 30 unread books, and that's going to be including anything new I like haul in. So 30 books by the end of the year on my physical TBR, which is only 15 books. That should be easy to do in a year. So I'm going to keep this as a series, and the next time that you see another video from this series will be me updating my first round of books for my physical TBR and the outcome of how that went. It'll be interesting even just for myself to have this as documentation for how my like bookshelf is going to evolve as I like continue to add favorites and remove the duds. We're cultivating vibes here. We're cultivating vibes. So I feel really good about this. I feel very inspired by this video. Speaking of inspired, I know this sort of type of video is like very common on booktube. I can see why. Personally, I was inspired by Emily Fox. She does like a read it or unhaul it series on her channel. I'm sure you've heard of it. If you haven't, I'll link it down below. That girl does not need my advertisement, but I love her as a YouTuber, so I'm gonna link her anyways. And if you haven't checked out Emily's channel, you definitely should. She gives very good reviews. And then the other person is Once Upon a Steph. She does a Tackling My TBR series, and her videos are great. Absolutely top tier. So definitely check that out. I'll link one down below. So I think that's everything. Thanks so much for watching. If you have read any of the books that are on my physical TBR, let me know in the comments which one and what you thought about it. If you like this video and you want to support my channel, feel free to give it a thumbs up. It definitely helps me out. And if you're not subscribed already, definitely click the button. I don't know where it is, but click that button. And if you want to be notified when I upload, hit the little, that bell, because who knows when I be uploading. It's just a surprise to me too. So if you want to catch my videos, definitely hit the little notification bell. Otherwise, I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.